¿Quién?
We need to talk about this photo. This is what showed up in Emma's house over and over again, asking her the same question every time. The first time Emma saw this creature, she was in 4th grade. She heard a loud noise in her bedroom, followed by faint scratching sounds. She jumped out of her bed and tried to run into her mom's room, and that's when she saw it. Slowly, it moved towards her, its mouth stretching wide open, asking her one question. How old are you? Emma told this creature her age, and it replied, not yet. But the terrifying thing is, this creature came back over and over again. No matter where she moved, every 4 years this creature would appear in Emma's house. Her mother never believed her, saying it was just a recurring nightmare. But Emma knew something was targeting her, waiting for the right moment. And on the night before her 18th birthday, she was proven right. That night, this creature appeared again, but this time it said something different. It asked Emma, how old are you? And she replied 17. The creature then stood silently before croaking out the words, next time. Emma turns 21 soon, and she's been up every night, paranoid and terrified that any time now she'll find out exactly what the creature meant when it said next time. Like and follow for more.
Today we're going to talk about one of the most infamous cases of a beheading video appearing on TikTok. As always, this is for educational purposes only. Please do not look up this video for yourself. If you are not prepared for it, it will fuck you up. The video itself was actually uploaded about a year ago on June 4th, 2021. It was uploaded by a TikToker named MayanGG03, and this video actually went viral very fucking fast. The video itself starts off innocent enough with a little girl dancing for about 3 to 4 seconds, so it looks like just your standard TikTok. At this point, the video then cuts to the execution video of 19-year-old Rodolfo Bellucci. Obviously, I'm not going to show you screenshots of that video because holy shit, but the video does take place in a locker room or a shower stall of some sort, and there are 3 people who are trying to execute Adolfo. He is sitting on the floor looking up at the camera, and they are constantly beating him, taunting him, and calling him things like puto or pio. While there is very graphic mutilation and violence and his death in the video, they do not fully behead him in the video. However, it is known that Adolfo's body was cut up and then scattered throughout the city of Morelos down in Mexico, more than likely playing a game with the police called Solve the Puzzle. I lived about an hour away from the Mexican border for about 3 years, and I made a really good friend who escaped the gang life from Delicias, Chihuahua, Mexico, and he explained to me what exactly the puzzle game is. I don't remember exactly what they called it, but I call it the puzzle game. The puzzle game is when you chop up a corpse and you leave the head in front of the police station. Now, the police see the head and they need to find out who this person is because the face is so badly mutilated. Now, this leaves police to search the city for the rest of his body parts to try to get an identification on this man. This is why it's called the puzzle game, or why I call it the puzzle game. What is behind me right now is a flyer made to help people avoid this video because, like I said, this video was fucking everywhere. It went viral on this app, like a couple million likes. This video blew up on YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, everywhere there was media sharing, this video was there. This isn't the first time a video like this has gone viral on this app, and it certainly won't be the last time. But there is a lot of misinformation about this video that I want to clear up real quick. The first misinformation is this girl was the one that got executed. That is totally false. This girl was just dancing and had her video stolen and put onto a fucking shock video. The second thing is that the execution video was from the dark web. That is totally not true. You can find videos like that everywhere on the clear web. But like I said, this wasn't the first time a video like this went viral, and it certainly won't be the last. So until next time, stay safe.
This story's going wild. A few days ago, a channel called Unexplained Mysteries uploaded a video revealing what appears to be the lost photographs of a late 1800s explorer. The man who claimed to have found these photos would only refer to himself as Mr. Williams. He claimed he was renovating an old property that he had purchased, and as he was cleaning it, he found various items predating the 1960s. These photos were allegedly found between the pages of a book. What's shown in these pictures is quite shocking. It appears to be documentation of an anonymous explorer's journey to an unknown jungle. Amongst the photos, there are various images of both people and plant life that look completely alien to anything that we're aware of. This photo shows what appears to be a tribe member with oddly disproportionate facial features. Yet he's wearing what looks like would have been modern clothing for the day. And the trees in this unknown jungle look like something straight out of science fiction. Like and follow for daily shocking and spooky stories.
My father acquired the Bigfoot in the fall of 1953, and as to date, it is the only physical proof that we have of Bigfoot. Originally, the plan was to keep this one alive. And that's what they were trying to do. Like the other Bigfoots, they really had no other choice but to euthanize it. It's been a lot of stress on me since I've been in charge of them. And it was a lot of stress on my father. The feet. Clearly see the dermal ridges. For being in a freezer for so long, they are in remarkable shape. I will be showing more of the Bigfoot. It's his eye, a close-up of the eye. See the other eye over there.
These are the abandoned bunkers where the Mothman supposedly lives to this day. Numerous people have reported experiencing strange paranormal events in and around these bunkers in the woods outside of Point Pleasant, West Virginia. We spent a whole day in Point Pleasant interviewing people about the legend of the Mothman, and late one night we headed out to the bunkers to see if we could find the source of the legend ourselves. What we uncovered in this area is groundbreaking and shocking, and we may have proved the existence of the Mothman. The full video is coming tomorrow.
On the evening of September 10th, 2002, 31-year-old Miroslav Kuklish was entering an underwater cave off the coast of Croatia, trying to catch up with his 4 dive buddies. He had entered the water about 10 minutes after them because while they were on the surface, the 4 had explained to him that they were going to check out this underwater cave. But Miroslav had told them he wanted nothing to do with this cave, he was just going to go on an open water night dive. So they said okay, and they went without him. Unbeknownst to Miroslav, as soon as the 4 had entered this 2-meter wide hole in the bottom of the ocean, they had immediately recognized it was well beyond their skill level, and they had turned around and gotten right out of there. Unbeknownst to them, though, Miroslav had made the exact opposite decision, and as soon as he got in the water, he went right down to the cave entrance and barreled down after him, and I mean, he really went for it. Now, the way that this cave is set up is there's a 15-meter deep chute, which leads to 2 different passageways, which lead to 2 different underwater caverns, the shallower one, or the upper gallery, and the deeper one, the lower gallery. The bottom of the lower gallery is about 54 meters or 180 feet deep. Okay, so what Miroslav does is he dives down this 15-meter corridor. Now, bear in mind, the walls are super narrow in these corridors, and you're kicking up silt the whole time, so you can't see anything. And where the 3 meet, it's almost impossible to tell which is which, because again, you can't see, and unless you know this cave like the back of your hand, I mean, being underwater is really disorienting. You don't know if you're going to the deep one, the shallow one, or up to the exit. It's kind of just a guess if you don't really know the cave. So he goes immediately down, and he goes immediately into the deep gallery. He makes it all the way down to 165 feet before he realizes he needs to turn around and get out of there. So he makes his ascent back up, and he makes his way back up to where the 3 separate again. And he needs to find the exit. But instead of finding the exit, he goes into the shallow gallery. And now he is running out of air, and he really needs to find the exit. So he goes back up to where they all 3 separate, and he's doing this probably mostly by feel now, because again, with the silt, you can't see. So he has a 50-50 shot. But instead of picking the exit, he picks the way he just came from, and he goes back down into the deep gallery. And at this point, we know when he hits the deep gallery again, he runs out of air. And he finds that shallow air pocket at the top of the deep gallery, but he's only got a few minutes of air in that little pocket, and he knows that. We know he was there for 5 minutes from his dive computer before he ultimately decides that instead of drowning, he's going to take his dive knife and end things his way. So he takes out his dive knife, and he drives it 11 centimeters all the way to the hilt into the left side of his chest. Unfortunately, he would still drown a few minutes after this. We know this from the autopsy report. A police diver would also drown trying to recover his body.